According to the National Electrical Code, specifically Section 210.5023 cone, receptacle outlets must be installed so that no point along the wall line is more than 600 mm, or 24 inches, measured horizontally from a receptacle outlet in that space. This requirement ensures that electrical outlets are readily accessible along countertops and work surfaces. To determine the minimum number of receptacles required for a 30-inch wide counter, we must consider the 24-inch maximum spacing rule. If we place a receptacle at one end of the counter, it covers a 24-inch span. Since the counter is 30 inches wide, we need to determine if another receptacle is needed to cover the remaining portion. The remaining portion is 30 inches minus 24 inches, which equals 6 inches. Since the 6-inch portion is less than 24 inches, one might initially think that a single receptacle would suffice. However, the code stipulates that no point along the wall line can be more than 24 inches from a receptacle. This means that a single receptacle centered on the 30-inch counter would leave points at either end that are 15 inches away from the receptacle. Since 15 inches is less than 24 inches, that placement would seem to be code compliant. But the code also wants to ensure that appliances with short cords can easily reach an outlet. Consider the situation where an appliance needs to be plugged in near one end of the counter. If a single receptacle is located in the center, the appliance cord might not reach. By placing receptacles closer to the ends of the counter, the maximum distance any appliance cord needs to reach is minimized. Let's consider two receptacles, one placed at one end of the counter and one at the other end of the counter. Each receptacle covers a 24-inch span. Now, let's consider placing one receptacle as close to one edge as possible, and the other as close as possible to the opposite edge. With two receptacles, each providing a 24-inch coverage zone, the combined coverage can exceed the counter's width. In this case, 24 inches plus 24 inches equals 48 inches, which is greater than the 30-inch counter width. This overlap ensures complete coverage along the countertop. Therefore, the minimum number of receptacles required for a 30-inch wide counter is 2. This configuration ensures that all points along the countertop are within 24 inches of a receptacle outlet, adhering to the requirements outlined in NEC Section 210.523 cone. The purpose of this code requirement is to prevent the overuse of extension cords, which can be a safety hazard. By providing adequate receptacle spacing, the code promotes safer electrical practices in residential kitchens and other areas with countertop surfaces. Installing the correct number of receptacles is essential for code compliance and ensuring the safety and convenience of electrical use in a kitchen or similar space.